Hey guys, Jarek here, and I'm going to be going back to Call of Duty Black Ops. Now, the reason I'm going back to Call of Duty Black Ops is just for one video, basically. And real quick, before I really get into that, let's go ahead and look at what I'm using and the perks I'm using and all that good stuff. So I'm using just the regular UZI with a grip, quote-unquote grip, even though it's really a stock. My perks are Hardline, Steady Aim, and Ninja. And I'm using the CZ75 as my sidearm. So the reason I went back to Call of Duty Black Ops is because, as you guys know if you're watching me on both channels, on my Airsoft account, I am reviewing an UZI this week. So somehow I don't have any actual content of me shooting a real UZI, even though I shot a real UZI full auto plenty of times, because there is a very large machine gun shoot down in Albany, Oregon, which is about a good 2.5 to 3 hours away from me, kind of near the beach. And somehow I don't have any film of me shooting the real one. And if you want to go shoot the real one, it's not like you have to own it or anything. All you have to do is buy the ammo. They'll let you shoot it at the machine gun shoot, and that's it. They'll let you shoot it. So I shot an UZI plenty of times. There's always plenty of them at any machine gun shoot you go to in America. No matter where you go, you're going to find an UZI because there's been a lot of them made before 1986. But yeah, somehow I don't have any film of me shooting an UZI, which kind of surprised me. I thought I had some left on my hard drive or uploaded somewhere, but I don't. So I had to rely on video game content, and my original plan was, hey, I'm going to go Far Cry 2, because Far Cry 2 is one of the few games that has a full UZI. And off the top of my head, I know there's probably more games, but off the top of my head, the only games that have a full-size UZI are Far Cry 2 and Call of Duty Black Ops. I originally wanted to go Far Cry 2 because I love Far Cry 2. A lot of people say, oh, it's Far Drive, it's boring, but I love the game. I found it really, really fun. So I was going to go Far Cry 2, but unfortunately I don't have the UZI unlocked yet in Far Cry 2, and I didn't want to fuck with any saves. So I just said, screw it, let's hop on over to Call of Duty Black Ops, just get some film, record a little bit, and call it good. So went over to Call of Duty Black Ops using the UZI, basically just to get film done for the review, so I can talk about the real UZI and have this playing in the background. So for those of you that watch me on my Airsoft account, some of this may look a little bit familiar because this will be showing up in the review that I have yet to post. I'll be posting that probably tonight. I've yet to edit it. That's why I was doing all this. Once that's edited, you'll see that over on my Jarek 4 account. But yeah, this is the same game I was posting. It obviously won't be the full game in the review. It's just when I'm talking about the real UZI. So that's why I went to back to Call of Duty Black Ops. Don't plan on it sticking around for a while. But it really does remind me of how much better. Like, it amuses me. The Call of Duty franchise and the Call of Duty fanbase really does amuse me, because so many people hate Treyarch with a passion. They absolutely despise Treyarch, yet they love Infinity Ward, and to me it confuses me because I actually liked Black Ops. I didn't love it, but I liked it a hell of a lot better than Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, because you could see how much downhill Modern Warfare 3 was going, and or how much downhill that franchise was going. Infinity Ward's getting split up, and it's just not very pretty what's going on with Call of Duty at the moment, at least on the Infinity Ward side. However, Treyarch usually makes, they usually try to add somewhat new things in, like adding things in like dolphin diving. They usually try to keep the balance really well done. They generally, try as you must. There's only so much you can do with Call of Duty, but generally they try. That's the main thing I'm saying. And it normally ends up being a lot more polished and a better flowing game at the original pace of Call of Duty 4 than what the later Infinity Ward has done. And then people hate them. People hate Treyarch for it, and it confuses the hell out of me. So, yeah, Call of Duty Black Ops, going back and playing all of the Call of Duties, within the last few months I've played Call of Duty 4, Call of Duty World at War, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty Black Ops, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. And I gotta say, after going back and playing all of them, this one definitely is the most balanced one. And don't let nostalgia block your mind. I gotta say, Black Ops was probably my favorite Call of Duty to be released. With that said, not much can be said about that, because it is Call of Duty after all. And this made me rage a lot. Turn corner, same exact guy, fucking knifes me, of course. It happened, I think, 3 times in a row. So, fucking, that's one thing they really need to get rid of in the Call of Duty. Make the knife like Battlefield 3. Make it so that you have to be behind someone, and you get into an in-game animation. None of this random, hey, I knifed the air 20 feet from you and now you're dead. I hate that crap. Because apparently slapping someone with a knife is going to kill them. But yeah, as I was saying, after I've gone back, I've definitely got to say Black Ops is the most polished and most balanced Call of Duty game. And now, whenever I say that, everyone freaks out and goes, no, what about the FAMAS and the AUG? How much overpowered they were. And they really weren't overpowered. They had their specific roles, and they patched it. They did patch the FAMAS. It has about the same recoil as the AUG now, and it has its specific role, medium to close range encounters. They're not overpowered, they're just a little bit easier to use because of what they're intended for. So, like I was saying, the Call of Duty franchise, the Call of Duty fanbase just really amuses me how much they hate Treyarch, yet they love Infinity Ward. Yet they'll continue to buy the games, no matter how much they'll complain, they'll buy them anyway. So, that's a thing, I guess. as I was saying, the UZI in this game, I usually run it with Warlord Pro to put a red dot on it because the sights aren't exactly the best. But something I noticed, a little bit strange about this game, if you have steady aim turned on, which I have right now, since I'm not really using a red dot, I'm using a grip and steady aim, it's almost as if it makes your hit detection better. Like, even when I'm aiming down the sights, it's almost as if my bullets are going to hit them more often than not when I'm using steady aim, even if I'm not hip firing, which is very strange. So that's something I noticed. So I just kept hip fire on, kind of got used to the sights. Once you know where you're shooting, it's not too bad. And yeah, that's what I'm running at the moment. The UZI is definitely not the best SMG, but it's definitely usable. I mean, it's not absolutely terrible. It just takes a little bit of a while to get used to. This game in general, this wasn't a great game. It was an okay game. I've definitely had a shit ton better than this. But this is the one I'm using for the review, as I said. So a lot of people kind of want to see the full games. I got that request a few times in the last reviews. Post the full game from where you got this from. So I decided, why not? I'll post it over in my gaming account, put an annotation over on the main video. Why not cross-promote my video game account? And some people aren't watching both. Some people only watch my video game account. Some people only watch my Airsoft account. And that's fine. You know, if you're not interested in video games, obviously you're not going to subscribe to a video game account. And if you're not interested in Airsoft, you probably think we're all pussies and thinking we're playing with toys, which is, I'm going to leave that rant for another day. But, yeah, to say the least, I'm one of those weird people. I laugh at this stereotype because I do everything. There's almost not one thing. Anything that will interest me, I will do it. I got into Airsoft because I got into real guns, and then I got into paintball from real guns, and then I got into Airsoft from paintball. So, you know, I do everything that interests me, and on top of that, video games are a hobby of mine. They're fun. Why not play them? And I do a lot of that. I do a lot of video editing. I do a shit ton of sports. I mean, I grew up playing sports. When I was one of those weird kids, and here's the end of the game here. I was one of those weird kids that I didn't grow up with Legos. Like, I didn't have any interest in Legos. I was out there playing baseball and basketball all the time. That's what I did. You know, I go out and go snowboarding whenever I can. Just what I do. I just really enjoy sports. Yeah, there you go. There's a free-for-all match on Summit. So going back to Call of Duty Black Ops for one game. Don't expect it to stick around, but hope you enjoyed it nonetheless, and I'll see you guys later.